What's up everybody, G here, VP of Content, fitnessinformant.com. Here today to bring you a review on a product that we probably should have had up a while ago. But anyway, it's here. I'm talking about Loco from a brand that's actually pretty cool. They got some cool looking tubs, some cool people over there, Myoblox. So let's get into the formula, effectiveness, taste, value, mixability, and let you know if we liked it or not. Let's go. Okay, let's start off with the profile. There are two blends in this product. One is the Super Matrix, the other is the Magic Matrix. This is a 1-2 scoop product, and we have to say that even at 1 scoop, it's very well dosed, something you don't see in these 1-2 scoop blends. There's something I thought we'd point out. We're gonna go by the 2 scoop serving size. So to start off, first ingredient is betaine anhydrous at 6 grams. This is actually a monster dose. Half of that is even more than the 2.5 that you usually see. Betaine can help with power output. It also has some benefits for stomach health, digestive health. So solid dose at either scoop there. 6 grams is probably the maximum we'd go. Some people might not even be able to handle that as far as like stomach issues go. So let's move on to the next ingredient. The next ingredient we have here is beta alanine at 4 grams. 2 if you use 1 scoop. Beta alanine helps with endurance by buffering lactic acid. So 4 grams is a solid dose. It's above the clinical one. I'm not even big on beta alanine pre-workouts. However, at least it's dosed well. Even at 1 scoop, if you use it over time, you're going to reach saturation eventually. So nice job there. And lastly, we have taurine at 4 grams. Even at 1 scoop, 2 grams is more than enough. This is a very solid dose, high dose. Some people might not be able to handle this as far as their stomach goes, again, just like the betaine, but you should be fine. I was fine when I took it. So taurine is good for blood flow as well as hydration, so it could even technically help in pumps in that aspect. So good job there. There are no real like straight pump ingredients in here. There's no citrulline, no nitrosogene, no vaso-6, no nitrates. So just thought we'd point that out. So that's the Super Matrix. Let's get into the stim blend, something that Myoblox is, does very well with. So to start this off, the Truth Matrix is a proprietary blend. We're not big on that here. It's a stim blend, so we're not necessarily all right with it. We'd like to see it fully disclosed. However, they do give us the caffeine, and like if you can break it down, if you can kind of like reverse, I don't want to say engineer, formulate, whatever you want to use. It's actually, you can see that things in here can be dosed well, especially at 2 scoops. So starting off, 2 scoops gives you 2.6 grams of total active ingredients. The first one of that is L-tyrosine. Tyrosine is one of my favorite ingredients for focus. It's a precursor to dopamine. So it's one of the first ingredients that I recommend for overall, like as a nootropic. It's very cheap, it's very effective, it works. It's the first ingredient in here, so it's probably like the highest. Next, we have natural caffeine at 200 milligrams per scoop. 2 scoops is 400, obviously. So 2 scoops can be 400 milligrams. That's like our limit here on FI. That's like the most we recommend for anybody. So 1 to 2 scoops, solid dose. 1 scoop is going to give you nice, smooth energy. 2 scoops should give you a very strong energy boost. Next ingredient is velvet bean, 98% L-dopa. Dopa, precursor to dopamine. Of course, we don't know how much is in there. Either way, it's a good ingredient. You can even take that before bed. It's good for that as well. Next ingredient, we have ATP. This is a trademark ingredient. It can help with ATP production. ATP is the basically energy currency of your cells, an easy way to put it. We know that, I think the clinical dose is anywhere from like 150 milligrams. So we know the clinical dose on that, and it's in a blend. So that's the one thing, that's like the one ingredient we really don't like seeing in a blend, because we do have good data on that. Okay, so next we have synephrine. Synephrine is like today's mild beta agonist, you could say. It's usually in fat loss products. It works very well with caffeine for energy, might have some fat burning properties to it. It's a very safe ingredient, nice to see in here. And next we have halostashine. This is a natural source of PEAs. Good ingredient there. Next up we have hordenine, which is a noradrenaline reuptake inhibitor. It prevents it from being broken down. This is also an ingredient that you're probably not going to see as much in pre-workouts in the future, but this one still has it. Another one of that, and we have N-methyltyramine. N-methyltyramine may help with energy and focus, and it also plays a role in regulating blood pressure levels. Next up, we have huperzine. This is an acetylcholinesterase inhibitor, prevents choline from being broken down in the brain, so it's good for focus. Nice ingredient there, and that's the last one in the blend. So all those ingredients, there's a lot of good ingredients in here. The tyrosine, the ATP, halostashine, hordenine even. However, we don't know how much is in there. Still, if you do look at the ingredients of the breakdown, it could very well be well dosed. So again, we don't love prop blends here, but if they're a stim blend like this, We don't love it, but at the same time, it's not the worst thing in the world. If creatine was the first ingredient in here, then we'd have an issue with it, or more of an issue with it. Also, there's also bioperin in here that this black pepper extract may help with absorption of certain ingredients. And of course, the super matrix is pretty impressive. At 1 and 2 scoops, it's a monster dose of betaine, beta-alanine, and taurine, all 3 very solid proven ingredients. So it's a very interesting product. Loco's known for having like limited edition stuff, flavors, as well as profiles. They do have several of them that are year round. This is one of them. This is one we're reviewing. So overall, that's all nice and dandy. How did it work? Let's get into that right now. So as for the effectiveness of Loco, we have to say, I mean, it worked very well in multiple aspects. Let's start off with the energy. The energy is kind of like, I typically use anywhere from 1.5 scoops. Once in a while, I use 2 scoops. Don't always recommend that for most. With that said, it's kind of like in the middle of, there's like people that say, oh, there's clean energy, and then there's also like cracked out feeling. It's kind of in the middle. It's very strong, but it's not overwhelming. It's definitely above clean energy, nice, smooth, clean energy, like they say, but it's definitely not like a cracked out feeling, which is nice too. And there's also a lot of strength and endurance aspects as well, which I attribute to high doses of betaine, because I've taken, betaine before, and I've never gotten like, the increased like strength or reps, as well as the other users of this product on our site. They noticed that as well. Yeah, overall, it performs very well. There's no pump ingredients, so if you want to stack something like that to it, we would recommend it, especially for for those pump chasers out there. So overall, it works very well, and we enjoy it. It's very consistent, and it's also very versatile because even 1 scoop gives you solid doses of the other ingredients. So with that said, how did it taste? Let's find out. Okay, as for flavor, we have the melon drop flavor. I hate watermelon products, but this is more of a strawberry watermelon, so it was nice. It was different. It's enjoyable. It's not overly sweet either, which I like. So overall, Loco tastes good. They're actually known for their flavors. I have one of their limited editions here as well, and that tastes great. They know what they're doing there with their flavors. We said this in Skywalk as well, so good job there, Myoblox. Okay, so now we get into the mixability. The mixability is actually quite good, especially for the amount of ingredients in here. There's very little to complain about. You see me shaking it up there, or closing the lid, shaking it up. And there only is a small issue with the residue. There's residue buildup, of course, with all that powder. Nothing you can do about it. However, you don't really notice it drinking it down. You just might want to swish your shaker cup every now and then if you sip on it. I don't recommend doming it. Just gonna say that. And yeah, there's no clumping to speak of. It's not see-through, but we can't really complain about that because we don't judge other products for that either. Overall, good job, Myoblox. Let's move on to value. Okay, so now we get to value. You're looking at about $45 per tub. You might be able to find a deal, maybe 10% off coupon code. Check out the written review. We might have one up there at this point. So this is a little bit over $2 per serving. For the doses, this is actually on par with many other stacked pre-workouts on the market. So it's not technically unfair. It's actually priced competitively to what's out there. There's no pump ingredients to speak of, but you are getting really high doses of the taurine and the betaine anhydrous, and you are getting a solid stim blend. I would put it like this: if you use 1 scoop and that's all you need, you want the energy, you want the benefits from betaine, beta-alanine, and taurine, it's actually stable worthy. If you're using 2 scoops each time, then it's more of a pre-workout that I keep for I don't want to say special occasion, like once, twice a week, when you really want a strong boost in energy and you're one of those people. So overall, it can be fair, just budget it wisely. So overall, Loco is a solid product, cool looking tubs, not that that really matters, but I thought I'd point that out. Great flavoring, mixability is fine, value is pretty much fair, profile is actually solid and almost, I don't want to say overdose, but dosed very unexpectedly. And despite the prop blend, we actually do like the stim blend. And yeah, it's Myoblox. We love Skywalk. We love this as well. Be sure to check out the website. Awesome.